It's a Sunday night in Choa Chu Kang near a migrant workers' dormitory. Along a road, workers sit in groups, eating, drinking and catching up, in the middle of the traffic lane. Taking even more of a risk nearby, a migrant worker lies on the road, fast asleep. Drivers are forced to slow down and carefully steer around him. It would only take one driver to not notice him to cause a serious accident. Such scenes are not unusual. Over 3 weeks, the Straits Times visited 6 locations from Kranji to Tuas and saw many migrant workers out and about at night with seemingly little regard for their safety. One construction boss told ST that while workers are advised on how to stay safe on the roads, what they do outside of work hours is up to them. The Manpower Ministry said road users, including migrant workers, are legally responsible for their own actions when they break road traffic rules. It could be hard to change attitudes. The migrant workers ST spoke to said they prefer to spend time outside where it's cooler and quieter than the dorms. As for the worker who fell asleep on the road, he was eventually woken up by a passerby.